Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Business Insider. I'm Mohammed Abdurrahim, and tonight we'll be talking about AI, artificial intelligence, its applications, and the effects of those applications on the job market, as well as the state's efforts to enable the youth to go into that huge, new, very important market of AI, and will be doing that in the company of Dr. Shahira Gayar, and she is a change management and a human resources development consultant. A very good evening to you, Dr. Shahira. Pleasure to have you with us.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you.
Dr. Shahira, dear viewers, allow us first to watch a report on our main topic for tonight, and then come back and start our discussion.
With global economic instability, the importance of addressing youth unemployment and fostering job creation cannot be overstated. Unlocking the potential economic growth from artificial intelligence will require committed long-term efforts from governments, education providers, civil society, and the private sector. Egypt established an artificial intelligence strategy that aims to take advantage of technology for national development. Egypt started its own forward-looking steps towards artificial intelligence with the target that the artificial intelligence composes 7.7% of its gross domestic product in 2030. Egypt ranked 111 out of 194 countries in the latest government artificial intelligence readiness 2019 report published by Oxford Insights, which ranks countries based on their ability to harness artificial intelligence to deliver better public services, looking at existing infrastructures, skills, and governance. In Egypt, some companies have begun to harness artificial intelligence potential to drive productivity. Minister of Communications and Information Technology and the National Council for Artificial Intelligence chairman has announced in a meeting that Egypt is in discussions on the second phase of the national strategy for artificial intelligence. Talat explained that the second phase of the strategy aims to improve the National Artificial Intelligence Index by implementing several initiatives across 6 sectors: governance, environment, information, infrastructure, data, human resources, and technology. The first phase of the strategy will end in May 2024, and it aims to use artificial intelligence technologies to support the achievement of Egypt's sustainable development goals. The duration of the second phase of the strategy is 3 years. Egypt recently moved up 7 spots in the Global Artificial Intelligence Index issued by the Tortoise Media. The second phase of the strategy adopted a number of priority initiatives within these axes, which are enhancing the scope of investment, raising the level of public awareness of artificial intelligence, attracting investments for data centers, enabling the management of the stages of the local data life cycle, developing capabilities in the field of artificial intelligence, and building a technological platform based on the development of big data technology. Earlier this month, a recent report from the Cabinet's Information and Decision Support Center revealed that the artificial intelligence market in medical imaging reached $4 million in Egypt in 2022. The report projects significant growth at a compound annual rate of 36.9% from 2022 to 2030, expecting the market to hit $52 million.
Welcome back, and thank you, Rasha Abdulhamid and Abir Hussein, for this report. We're back here in the studio with our dear guest, Dr. Shahira Gayar, the Change Management and Human Resources Development Consultant. Dr. Shahira, in any episode that we talk about artificial intelligence, I like to traditionally start by this question. The simplest definition, please, of artificial intelligence.
Well, artificial intelligence is not as new as we think. The idea started in 1965. It was introduced in a convention, technology convention, and it was about teaching the machine to mimic the human mind. Then the idea was not able to be put into action because the technology then could not serve the application of the idea itself of mimicking the human mind. Artificial intelligence is simply teaching the machine to mimic the human way of thinking in decision making and problem solving.
Wonderful. That's a very to the point definition.
That's a business definition.
All right, and it's very clear as well, and one I think that shall not be forgotten. Digital transformation. When we talk about AI, there is always a link between AI and digital transformation. A definition for it, please, before we proceed.
Digital transformation is transforming or putting the data we have into a digital form, a binary form that the machine or the computers understand in order to process this data and get information as a basic ingredient for decision making.
Good. So what about the transformation of the economy? I mean, we always also talk about digital transformation of the economy itself.
We heard the term a lot in the past few years when Egypt adopted a national project of digital transformation in all aspects of life in order to cope and complement the systems of the state to the new era of technology and AI. We had to rephrase all our data, all our pieces of info, archives. We transformed this into a digital form in order to, as a base for applying AI in the state affairs and in the general life in Egypt.
Okay, so the applications of AI, how do you see the applications of AI? First of all, what are the most important applications of AI today in the world and in Egypt? Because I guess that they're not totally matching.
I'm glad to say that we are not far.
Oh, good.
We are catching up.
Good.
We have more than 60 plus
applications?
private businesses in Egypt that apply AI. They make AI applications. We even export this service. Thus, it is now a commodity that yields a foreign currency for Egypt, like Suez Canal and tourism, and it's a national capital, the human minds.
Very good.
And that brings us to the efforts and the vision of the state to empower the youth of Egypt who are specialized in such technology and invest in them. We have all sorts of applications in all fields. The most important worldwide is the health care field, business, of course, especially human resources, entertainment and fun, communication. Siri is an AI application. We all heard about ChatGPT. It's the genie of the lamp. Our wishes is its command. Now the latest and the most powerful is an application named Gemini. It really mimics the human mind and is able even to differentiate between a real item and a photo or a picture of the item, and that's almost above a two-year-old child intelligence. We are developing. The humankind is developing in this field, and Egypt is catching up. We started in education. We started 2019. We started the first school for AI, and it was in a national university. And it went on. Now we have like 7 or 8 universities have their programs in AI, specialized in AI. We have more than one private university in Egypt applying AI programs even earlier than this. We have people who are specialized in specific programs and applications that that are demanded in the labor market by name. We have specialists. The diversity is overwhelming. The updating and the development is, we could say, on a minute basis.
Wow.
Every day, every hour, we have application all over the world, and these people, the young people of Egypt, the youth of people, are studying, getting certificates, working in projects, and developing.
Good. So, what is? Can you tell us about some of the state's efforts in sponsoring those youth and helping develop their skills and opening opportunities up for them?
First of all, the national universities provide for programs that are funded by the state. Each student could, the education of the term for one student could range from 40K to 80K per student. The state is paying for that. Youth of Egypt are getting almost free education in that field. On the other hand, once we have an outcome, a product, a graduate, the state starts training them for the labor market in this field. We have training programs for the elite students, the top of the programs. They are being trained for the different specialties in this field, and they are assigned to projects, whether virtual projects or actual projects. Now we have young people age ranging from 22, 24. We have cloud engineers, embedded engineers, and these are specialized niches in the AI. So we are catching up. We are not that far. The gap is not. We're bridging the gap.
Good, very good. What about the exporting of AI applications?
Well,
that you talked to us earlier?
here comes my specialty. The seeing AI application from a human resource or human capital point of view. We are investing in people who study and apply artificial intelligence in different fields, starting with state management things, security, entertainment, health, education, decision making, HR. We are investing in this. For the Egyptian economy, this is an investment in human capitals. We treat people working in artificial intelligence in Egypt as they should be treated, because the most valuable asset is their mind, knowledge, and skills. Artificial intelligence depends on first addressing a problem or a decision to be made, and then you collect data for this, and then you choose the language to address the machine. And then applying this language, the machine starts learning, just like human beings. We are mimicking the human mind. The skills and the experience of these young people allow us to apply this in different fields, thus saving a lot of money and yielding income for Egypt. We are in charge of several projects abroad, overseas. We are still investing in these people or these young people. We are still developing, but I think Egypt has a vision. We even have a new university in the new capital just for information. A whole university and a whole institute that is specialized for training people for information systems, AI, all sorts of applications, and the infrastructure needed for these applications. There are people who are serving these people. Yani there are people that serve the AI, I would like to call them performance. I even had in one of the training programs, what is promising not only the yield of foreign currency or the development of the management system in the country as a whole, but also we had some virtual projects in one of the trainings, and then I was surprised that they were thinking for solving national problems. They had even a smart system applying AI to solve the problem of tuk-tuk and microbus in the Egyptian streets.
It's
yes,
an important problem,
yeah,
by the way.
and what was beautiful that young people were not detached from the community. They were thinking AI to serve Egypt, to serve the community. They felt that they had the opportunity to study for almost for free, like scholarships, and they had the opportunity to get training and knowledge and exposed to foreign experiences. So it generated a feeling of, I want to pay back. And that was beautiful.
How is AI, Dr. Shahira, changing the job market in Egypt?
That's a very good question. It's eliminating jobs and generating new jobs. And that's
that's how life goes.
Yes, that's the code of development.
Yeah.
Things
revolution. I mean, we had the industrial...
we don't wear tarbouche anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Some jobs are being reduced, even eliminated. They are obsolete. We don't have these jobs anymore. But it is generating more jobs and more horizons for the Egyptian economy.
Right. Okay, so creating jobs and eliminating jobs, are we in the plus or minus as far as those employment goes?
The way I see it, we still go parallel, hand in hand. Still, we need vocational jobs. We need traditional jobs. We are not going to eliminate all and hand ourselves to machines or live in a virtual world. But this part of applications, platforms, knowledge, infrastructure. Our infrastructure in AI is the digital transformation, but we need the other infrastructure. We're still working on roads, on tourism, on economy.
Of course.
This does not offset that. It's not either this or that. But
I do understand that.
We cannot really and precisely evaluate is it a plus or minus. But from what I've experienced with...
we understand it's going to be plus for the economy, for growth. But I'm just speaking about the employment.
It's a plus for the labor market in Egypt. Of course, it is the most wanted jobs worldwide. And the good thing is that these young people need not leave the country. They could work online. So we are creating job opportunities. We are yielding foreign currency. We are working with the soft powers of Egypt. We are fringing our culture and creating a sense of belongingness to these people. I think it's, if we talk plus or minus, it's a huge plus.
Okay. What about the, do we import AI? I'm sure.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Talk to us of some of the most...
Like any commodity or service.
It is exported.
It's a service,
and imported.
yes.
Yeah.
The balance,
what are the main areas
the balance of export-import is not yet clear, but we work with, in Egypt, I mean, we work in international entities like any other commodity or product. They have offices and premises here, branches, and there are all sorts of cooperation and coordination in some projects. Sometimes we do outsource, we do offshore recruiting, but still we import a lot. Egypt is importing the services of its young minds to the Gulf, to Europe, to Africa, to Latin America, and even to the States and Russia. We have projects all over the world going back and forth, exchanging services and applications.
Right. You are a change management consultant, Dr. Shahira.
Yes.
So the question here regards change. How is AI changing our world? And how far will it change it? I mean, it looks like you said the developments go minute by the minute. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how will we in 10 years time or 20 years time say like that the days we live in now are the good old days or the days where we didn't have technology? Is this where we're going?
Well,
Or have we reached like a good percentage of what is expected from technology and artificial intelligence? to be
well,
more
I'm
specific?
afraid that now, very soon is going to be the good old days. Now, this instant, because the development is
So fast.
overwhelming. The rate of development. See, before the humankind started with hunting, and we spent 100,000 years to go to agriculture and herding.
And then industry.
And then industry, it took a few hundred years, not
Right.
100,000 years.
Right, right.
And then we started talking about
Communications,
communication and information
right.
in the middle of the last century, the
yes.
20th century.
Right.
Now see how rapid, even see the cars, we have smart cars, now we have the phones, the development of phones, the applications, the uses of technology and AI is very rapid.
It is.
There is something good about it. We have in change management, we have something that is called readiness for change and change resistance.
Of course, I was going to ask you about that, by the way,
Yeah.
because I was going to exactly ask you how many people will be left out, because there are so many people who resist change by nature. This is their nature. They have a comfort zone. They feel comfortable with what they are doing, what they have been doing for years. And for others, it's difficult to learn and to, especially as they get older. So, I mean, this will leave a lot of people behind.
Well, I think the problem is not the nature or the character of people. It is the way we introduce change to these people. In readiness for change, there are 8 items or 8 questions that a person has to answer positively inside his or her mind to embrace the change. First of all, what's in it for me? The second thing is, can I do it? So we're talking about personal benefit, because we are created.
What's in it for me?
We are created to embrace pleasure and benefit and avoid pain.
Naturally.
So there must be something for me to accept that change, directly personal benefit. And then we need to have something introduced to these people, whether in the personal life or the professional life. You need the support of your direct supervisor or manager. You need to have something that's called self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the degree to which you believe you can do something. We have to create this belief. That's why we work on readiness for change. We get people ready to change. If you do not do that, change will not go as well as we hope for. And still, I say, there will still be the traditional jobs, the traditional way of living. It will not fade away that quickly.
Of course it won't, because we see that even in today's world, some people, in scattered areas around the world live a primitive life.
Yeah.
And they live a life like the one used to be lived like tens of thousands of, thousands of years ago.
Not even primitive. We have people, foreigners, who choose to come and live in Hurghada, Sharm el-Sheikh, Dahab.
Now, this is not primitive.
It's not primitive, but it's still a quiet, easy going life with the minimum simple life.
Right.
They choose these places in Egypt, not Cairo,
Right.
because the rate of action in Cairo is very quick and stressful. They choose these places not only for vacation. Some people, foreigners,
For a
and
lifestyle,
Egyptians,
yeah.
they live full time. They choose it to be their retirement place. We have also Egyptians who live in the north coast all year round,
Right.
and they leave it in summer. So a quiet life that does not involve a lot of technology will still be there all the time.
For sure. For sure.
No one is going to be left out unless this person chooses not to change, or the one introducing the change, the entity introducing the change to that person did not work on the readiness of change. We all change. We have to change. Change is a code of being alive.
Right.
Where are you going to change, in what area? Some changes,
How fast, how slow?
some changes is by choice, and some changes are forced into. So the idea is a change like adopting and applying artificial intelligence. It's not applicable, it's not natural for all people in the world or all citizens of Egypt to be applying artificial intelligence. But we are applying it. If you have a smartphone with a Siri application, for example, if you buy a smart car, you are applying it by definition. You do not have to apply it at work. If you get a machine that works with artificial intelligence and that person is just a simple worker in a production line, he or she will be applying artificial intelligence. It's not that sophisticated. The sophistication is the creation of the application. But using the application will come natural, like we use cars, computers, electricity.
Yes. And those who create those applications are the human, I mean us, and the human capital. And we always say, like, invest in the human capital. So I guess investing in the human capital is the key to having a successful AI business.
We are in the era of intellect. We started with the era of collecting, gathering, hunting, agriculture, the Industrial Revolution, the IT era, the AI era.
Now space technology,
it's still within the AI era. Now the AI is not the era we live in. We have surpassed it. We are in the intellect era. AI is merely a servant. Like I said, it's the genie of the lamp.
Okay.
It is serving the whatever idea or projects or new thing the human mind comes up with. We are using the machine to think for us because we need our mind to be clear and not exhausted, so we could come up with new ideas, and then we ask the artificial intelligence to do it.
Okay.
It's merely a servant.
Okay. As you said, you know, for years and years, we had progressed very slowly, long distance, very small angle, and then
it accelerated.
It accelerated, and then it accelerated even more, and then it's almost getting to be a vertical acceleration.
Yes.
Usually, when this happens in the world of, you know, engineering, this leads in the end to a blow. I mean, explosion, blowout. That's the end. So my question is, are we reaching or close to reaching the peak of the intellect of mankind? And then things will blow up, because you know, you see how things have been progressing.
Sky is the limit for the human progress and the human mind. We are. It is said to be scientists. It is said to be that we are using only 5 to 10% of our intellectual abilities. The blow, God forbid, comes from the most orthodox traditional thing, ethics.
Mm? Mm?
You could use anything for the good or bad. You
Right.
could use a knife to cut a tomato,
Right.
or you could
But-
use
but-
it to
but-
kill someone.
But knowing
The danger here
humankind
is
nature is that eventually
it will
those who will use it for the bad reasons will prevail and they can destroy everything.
that does not necessarily is going to happen. You see, like in the movies, there are the good guys and the bad guys. There are the bad guys, and still there's always good and
Yeah, but
and,
we're
and,
not
and
in a
evil.
movie.
Yes.
So I mean,
Movies-
it doesn't have to have a nice ending. It doesn't have to have a
Not
nice
all
ending.
movies end nicely or a happy ending, and it's just a chapter in the story of the humankind.
Okay. Even if it doesn't blow up, I mean, we will reach somewhere where it's almost going to be impossible to trespass it.
Not true.
You believe that sky is the
There
limit?
is no end to human development, to human intellect, to human good and human evil. People long ago would have never imagined that you could see someone you are in Egypt and the other person is
That's
in
true.
Brazil.
That's true.
They considered things like that as miracles, an abnormality, an enigma.
And now if the connection is not working, we consider that, that this is abnormal. I
Yes.
mean, how can't I talk to my friend in the US, for instance?
Yes, for example. Nowadays, you could just program your car and it drives itself to your work or your home. Cars talk to you. Okay. Later on, who knows? We don't know. That's why it starts with an idea, a dream, a crazy thing that goes by someone's mind, and that person talks about it to another person, and that person starts thinking about it, and there is a debate, and scientists start working on it, and that's how development happens. It's not always for the good.
Absolutely, well said. On that note, dear viewers, on behalf of you, we thank very much Dr. Shahira Al-Gayar, our guest for tonight, and she is a change development and human resources development consultant. Thank you very much, Dr. Shahira. It was a pleasure. And thank you, dear viewers, for watching us. Goodbye.